Native American women face one of the highest rates of violence in the United States, including murder, sexual assault, and domestic abuse. Many of these crimes go unsolved, leaving families without justice. But is this crisis a result of general crime, or are Native women being specifically targeted? The statistics paint a grim picture. According to the National Institute of Justice, more than 84% of Native women experience violence in their lifetime, and they are 10 times more likely to be murdered than non-Native women. The missing and murdered Indigenous women, Nilebu, crisis has drawn attention to the alarming number of Native women who disappear each year, many never to be found. One of the biggest factors is jurisdictional loophole. Many crimes against Native women occur on reservations, where tribal police lack authority to arrest non-natives who commit crimes. This means that non-native perpetrators can attack Native women and escape justice, especially since federal agencies like the FBI often fail to investigate or prosecute these cases. As Native activist Mary Catherine Nagel states, our women are being preyed upon because the law allows it. Another issue is systemic neglect. When Native women go missing, their cases receive far less media attention compared to missing white women. This phenomenon, known as missing white woman syndrome, highlights how law enforcement and the public often overlook Indigenous victims. Families searching for their missing loved ones are frequently met with indifference, delays, or outright inaction from police. The roots of this violence go deep. Colonialism and historical trauma have played a significant role in the normalization of violence against Native women. From the early days of European contact, Native women were dehumanized and targeted for exploitation, a pattern that continues today. The U.S. and Canadian governments have both acknowledged the MEW crisis as an ongoing human rights issue, yet meaningful action remains slow. There have been some recent legal efforts to address the crisis. The Violence Against Women Act, VAWA, was reauthorized in 2022, giving some tribal courts more power to prosecute non-native offenders. However, many tribes still lack the resources to enforce these laws effectively. Advocates argue that without full tribal sovereignty, Native women will remain vulnerable. So, are Native American women being targeted for violence? The evidence overwhelmingly says yes. The combination of jurisdictional failures, racial neglect, and deep-rooted colonial violence has created a system where Native women are not only at higher risk, but are also denied justice. The real question is, what more needs to be done to protect them? What do you think? Let's continue the conversation.